first got started in the music industry when I was about 16 years old. I was playing in local bands and we were playing a lot of local shows. The music that influenced me, oddly, was a lot of tech metal and hardcore. I first got into producing and working with bands after I failed out of high school and knew I needed to figure something else out other than going to college. So then I decided to go to recording school, where I got my bachelor's in sound arts. Then I started playing in lots of local bands and interacting with lots of local bands, and I was posting songs to MySpace, and a lot of bands thought that my songs sounded great on MySpace, so they started contacting me to make some records. The first breakout record of my career was working with a band called Heavy Heavy Lolo. That then led me to work with a band called The Story So Far, then State Champs, Basement, The Dangerous Summer, 100th, and now Spirit World. So my most memorable moments in studio sessions would definitely be having Tom Lord Alge and Eric Valentine mix my productions. So what I'm looking for in a guitar tone is I'm always wanting to use one heavier, bigger, fuller sounding amp and blending that in with a cleaner, smaller, more articulate amp. That way the blend of the two make this really massive guitar tone with a lot of clarity and a lot of transient detail. So my process of recording guitars has thankfully always been this way because I learned early on that blending amps was the key to the biggest sound possible. My favorite guitar and amp combination, and probably my most used, is my Gibson Les Paul with my orange 8140 going through my orange cab. The reason I love the orange 8140 is I grew up playing PV 5150s and Marshalls, and I could never find something that had the articulation and punch that I was desiring out of my guitars. And once I tried the 8140, I knew that that was the best amp in existence. That amp is the basis for what people perceive as my guitar tone. What's really unique about my guitar tones is they have a lot of mid-range, and they're extremely textured, and they really poke out of the mixes and have a lot more definition than guitars that I'm used to hearing on records. What people can expect from my expansion pack is 150 profiles of every single channel of every single amplifier here at the Panda Studios through every single cab that we have. And the benefit of all of those options are when you blend two instances of them together, you get the true Sam Pura sound. I think people will like this pack because we have lots more rock-oriented and texture-oriented gains that I don't find available in the current ToneHub selection. So the way that I've been using ToneHub is on day one of new productions, I open it up and I start actually cataloging what amps are going to be the perfect identity for each artist. What I love best about ToneHub is I have access to every single one of my amplifiers, every single channel of every amplifier, and every single cab with every single amplifier to be able to get the best sound anytime I want. One of the funny things is I've actually been working with STL on this ToneHub pack for years. I only wanted to release something that I was actually going to use every single day, and I finally had the time to put it into the plugin and actually make sure it was something that would be a part of our productions from here on out.